Funeral Death is the third demo tape from Kristiansand, Norway-based blackened death thrash metal band Nithe, and this is a quartet that have come together from previous lesser-known death and thrash metal bands, Damnation and Conflagration, and they've generally focused on an 80s death metal sound, what I would consider 80s extreme metal that is non-specific between its black metal, thrash metal, speed metal, and death metal ideas. Cemetery Fever was a tape that hit me as soon as I listened to it. I think that I even wrote to the band to try to release it at the time. I loved our early black metal meets death metal sound of it. There was sort of a little bit of Scandinavian death metal in there, but there was also black thrash too in their idea, and they expanded on that more later on as they put out a second demo, quite a bit longer songs, a little bit more of a black death metal idea, like a late 80s type of sound. Essentially, you could feel a little bit of that early Niflheim sound, especially like the circa 1995 ferocity of Niflheim in some of these new songs. Well, we'll cut to one of those, and I'll talk a little bit more about what makes this demo interesting and worth listening to as a random tape. So for this third tape, they're basically taking a little bit more Morbid Angel in there, just a little bit less of the Morbid Tales style riff, and focusing in a little bit more on like Abominations of Desolation-esque death metal, but keeping some black thrash out there and these a little bit shorter, more direct songs. Each one is different. It's a different experience. It almost sounds like a different band at times, but it all works together once you've heard the whole tape in one run through. There are definitely worse ways you could spend 15 minutes with a band and get to know kind of their oeuvre thus far. I think they've refined it really well here. I think that's kind of why my score is so high, is because I really appreciated their first demo tape. I feel like they kind of wandered off into Celtic Frost land a little bit too much on the second one, and here they've reined it into something that is coherent. It's multifaceted and shows that they're ready to put out different types of songs in it that differentiate themselves and have a chorus or a point or a big solo or just a different style to harp on for that song. And for me, that's a good sign that a band is ready to put out something cool, and Funeral Death is kind of it. I feel like they're in a good place with this in terms of songwriting, that late 80s feeling and the abrupt, defiant aggression that this type of metal really needs to survive at all in anyone's mind. I think it's a great demo tape, well worth checking out. Give it a try for yourself, and you can do that now. It released a couple of days ago on May 30th, and go ahead and read my review for more details. There's a stream at the bottom if you want to check it out. Otherwise,